Yo team, what is going on? Last week, no vlog, because I didn't have anything to say. This week, I am going through a leg session with Aaron. I'll give you a breakdown, a step-by-step of why it's set up that way. I won't go so much into sets and reps because it's not applicable to you. And you will also get a rough tour of the garage of gains before all our equipment comes tomorrow. So have fun with that. You'll see me dying on a hack squat. You might see me throw up, could happen. And you'll definitely see Aaron have a really shit haircut. Movement 1 on leg day is a single leg ham curl, lying. And I put 2 hamstring movements at the start of my workout because quads are dominant, my hamstrings are shit, so I want to prioritise them. There's no reason for single leg apart from the machine's light, so if I was doing it both legs at the same time I could hit super high reps. Also the idea behind this is you're not going to take away any of the energy from your quad or your loading movement when we go into hack squats. So it's a good way to do it if you're someone who does struggle with that. Also you're going to warm up the joint around the knee. You might do a leg extension instead. I just do ham curls because, you know, I don't want to get more blood in my quads before a hack squat because I find it actually quite difficult. Exercise 2 sponsored by the way, anyone from health and safety looks at this, just ignore it because fuck me, it's dangerous. Remember this is an actual unit. Exercise 2, it's a Cybex seated ham curl. So for anyone that doesn't know about bodybuilding, this is the GOAT, wherever it is, there. Position on it's unreal. We were actually looking for a leg extension as well, but can't find one. So foot on the ham curl, the lying one, reps were 10 to 14. No, sorry, 7 to 9. On this, they're 10 to 14. Just 2 sets at the moment, and my volume will taper up over the weeks. But what I'm looking to do here on any hamstring movement is I'll try and actually kind of pause slightly in the length and shortened range. I'm not just flying through the reps because I don't connect as well with it. So this is the way I kind of cheat my way into getting more contraction. Have you heard that? Aaron's calling himself a cunt. You'll see that set there. This is why you don't train with your mates and not follow your logbook. So my logbook said 240 for 7. I went 250. As you've just seen by the set that I'm weight put up now, I hit 4 and the reps are alright. But now I've got to really smash my back off set to make up the volume. So it's not always about what numbers are in your log. Well, it is always about the numbers in your orbit, but it's not about trying to overreach because it's not going to happen. You don't get that strong in a week. So next set I'll put up and I'm going to hit fucking 20 reps.
Fucking go on, come on. Right, good. And again, and again. I've got it in the spot.
Ah, come on!
Fucking stuck in there.
I've got a nice glisten on my face here. That was the back off set of hacks. So, same weight as last week. Up a rep, although you'll see I went for an added rep because Aaron told me to, and it was a grinder. But that's where you've got to just use the logbook to try and progress where possible. I went for a stupid set on the first set of hacks, which is fine. The rest of the session will be up, and what I can do with that is if I feel gassed going into the Smith squats, I can just reduce load slightly and push up reps, which will then equate to more volume. This is actually the last week doing the Smith squats, even though the Cybex is good, because our pendulum squat comes tomorrow, which if you've never used, they're fucking evil. And yes, I am out of breath this much before anyone comments and asks why.
Why you always all on my back? Why you
got my next movement there was a hip dominant Smith squat. Even with the position you'll see on mine, so I'm pushing my hips back, whereas when you see Aaron's, he's going for knee flexion, more quad dominant. The problem I've got is even in that hip dominant movement, I'm still getting a fair bit of quads, just because I'm quad dominant. Even with the position, I'm going to switch that to a pendulum squat when it comes, so I can't do a knee flexion squat just purely because my lower back can't take it. When the pendulum comes tomorrow, I'll just put that in, which is obviously a really quad dominant movement. Two main things to look at when he's doing the knee flexion: really low, so you're getting your ass to your calves. When I'm doing mine, I'm thinking about going back, not down. So if you're looking at target glutes and hamstrings, back, because you're raking at the hip. And that's something that you see a lot of people, like one of the reasons that a barbell squat probably isn't the best movement for your glutes, because most people are doing it in a quad dominant way. Now, on to the new piece of kit, which is the leg extension.
do me like that? Why you gotta act like a bitch when I'm with you? Baby girl, because you treat me like shit. I paid for the bed and never even slept in it. I paid for that crib and never stepped foot in. And now somebody else is eating all the pudding. Things change, now my dashboard wooden. All black Benz like a young guy couldn't. Dark shades cause I'm stone crazy. Girl, we grown, stop. Man, damn, you see me feeling off the whip like when your mother strip.
Fucking stuck in now.
Nice rolling shits, hit another trip. Swag shit, I'm on some shit. Hands are fucking hotter than the leather. 6 in the summertime. I understand I'm on time for this son of mine. And so my daughter could be a lawyer and reap the spoils. We ain't the tuna, it's way Puma. Look at Jay Una. Don't get some of us just age.
So obviously I forgot to film calves at the end, but they were done. Me and Aaron were catching up really and just kind of forgot. But now that the unit is complete, I'm going to film a fair bit more of my training, just because at the end of the day, I am a bodybuilder, so that's probably the more fun part of it. So if there's anything you want to see, drop me a message. If there's any questions you've got about why the setup is like that, although remember that the setup will always be set up for me, and it's not as simple as just running what I do. But yeah, overall, really good session. My training's actually just changed this week, so the week after that leg day was filmed. So I will get more done, and you can see the unit, which I will give you a tour of next week.